So about CP0. CP0 has been around for a lot longer than it feels like. The first time we saw them was all the way back in Dressrosa. It was pretty brief, so we didn't really learn much of anything about them. But we learned that they actually exist in the story, that they were supposed to be the step up from CP9, which was why pretty much all of the old CP9 members were transferred into CP0. They are supposed to be the direct agents of the World Nobles. I'm pretty sure they only move when they are ordered by any of the World Nobles. If it's from the Marines, including the Admirals or even the Fleet Admiral, they won't take any action. They only exist to carry out the orders for the World Nobles. It can be really any task, I'm pretty sure. It just has to come from anyone who's a World Noble. For a while now, they were being built up to be some serious threat down the road. They already had all the old CP9 characters come into CP0, just way stronger than they were before, since they all left to go train and learn hockey and all that. They were out of the story for a long time, but they only actually trained for around a year, or a little bit more. So not the entire time that they were off screen they were training, but they dedicated a lot of time to get stronger. And they apparently aren't supposed to be the strongest out of CP0. In one of the more recent chapters, we learned some more info about the CP0 agents. Apparently the people with masks on are supposed to be the strongest out of the group, so Lucci and Kaku and the rest of them shouldn't even be in the top 3, since there's at least 3 max CP0 members we have seen. 3 of them are in Wano right now. They have had a couple fights. So I wanted to talk about CP0 today and see where exactly the CP0 agents land when it comes to the power of their characters. Before that though, like and subscribe for future content. If you didn't realize yet, this video is gonna have some spoilers. The CP0 agents have had some pretty impactful fights so far that the anime is nowhere near covering yet. So if you are anime only, you should probably just not watch this video. But yeah, so far the CP0 agents have had 2 fights so far. One of the agents have had a fight with Izo, and the other agent had a fight with Kaido in the most recent chapter. Well, I wouldn't really call it a fight, more like the agent third party Kaido's fight with Luffy. He cucked Luffy's attack and made Luffy take the full force of Kaido's attack. I mean, that was what he was going for, since he was ordered to abandon the mission of getting Robin and to eliminate Luffy instead. So he was successful as far as his mission goes. But unsurprisingly, Kaido got pissed at him. He knew full well what was gonna happen before he went onto the rooftop. Right after the agent got Luffy to lose the fight, he just stood there. I hope we get to learn the names of the masked agents soon. I mean, I know their identities are supposed to be hidden, since they are CP0 agents, and they are probably wearing the masks for other reason, besides it looking cool, but it's kinda confusing to refer to all of them as agents. But yeah, the agent just accepted his fate after he succeeded in his mission. He didn't try to resist or plead or anything, ready to accept his death, which is kind of cool, but also kind of sad at the same time. This fight, which wasn't really a fight, isn't that good of a way to gauge their strength though, since he was going up against Kaido after all. I was thinking he will be strong, but I don't think anyone expects him to hold his own against Kaido, so I guess at least we know they have a ceiling that's lower than a Yonko. The other fight that the other CP0 agent had was pretty disappointing though. The other fight the CP0 agents had was when one of them fought Izo. Izo was already really worn out from fighting. Izo didn't fight really anyone noteworthy in the battle, but he was clearing out a ton of foot soldiers. He just kept going down and down, and was just cleaning up as many foot soldiers as he could. So by the time the CP0 agent got to Izo, he was already looking like he would tip over to pretty much anything. I was expecting Izo to get curb stomped honestly, not to downplay Izo or anything. He's definitely a strong character. He was one of Oden's retainers, and one of Whitebeard's commanders as well. He didn't get either of those titles for just being around. Izo could hold his own in a majority of fights, but when I imagine Izo going up against a CP0 agent, especially ones that are supposed to be on the upper level of the agency, I can't really imagine Izo beating one of them. So there was really no doubt in my mind that this fight would be the end for Izo. Maybe not actually dying, but that would be the end of him for the war. But that was half true. Izo did get taken out of the fight in his battle with the CP0 agent, but he somehow also managed to take out the agent with him. This fight was when they mentioned the masked members being particularly stronger than normal agents too. So I was expecting Izo to just be a demonstration on how strong we are actually talking for CP0 agents. But for one of them that was in peak condition, addition to lucci, who was already pretty much done for, was pretty disappointing honestly. If these guards are really supposed to be the strongest of the strong, I don't see them being as impactful to the story as I thought. I didn't expect them to be dominating characters in their power or anything, but I at least expected them to put up a fair fight. It's like the reverse of the Enel effect. Enel was too strong for when he was brought into the story, and just curb stomped every character. The only reason he lost to Luffy was because of how convenient the Gum Gum fruit was in that scenario. Enel far outclassed every character at that point in the story, besides like Mihawk and Shanks, but now it's the complete opposite for the CP0 agents, at least for the ones we have seen fight so far. But yeah, that is pretty much all I had to say. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe for future content. Peace.